What if I told you that I planned my entire 2026 vision board and goals in less than 2 hours by the pool, and it's actionable, realistic, and it's given me so much clarity on what this next year is going to look like, and it's literally supercharged everything. Like so much, I can't even explain it. It actually brings me immense amounts of joy. So, I'm going to show you exactly how I've gone from 0 to 100 with my goal setting process this year, and how you can do the same before the 1st of Jan 2026 to have the best, wealthiest, richest, and most fun year of your entire life. So let's just jump straight into it. Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new, hi, my name is Jaala, and I make all things lifestyle, fitness, and also AI content. And I have my own AI agency called Moto Agency. So that sort of ties in with what today's video is going to be about. And it's literally my Olympics, my time of the year to shine is here. And that is going to be planning our 2026 vision board and goals. So grab yourself a little drink and strap yourself in, and let's just jump straight into it. And I'm so excited to share it with you. So I feel like in the past, I've set goals that are way too vague. They're big. I'm all for dreaming big, but they're big in a way that I don't break them down and figure out how I could actually get to where I want to be. Or they just don't align, like they're not properly planned out time-wise, and it's just not feasible to do everything all at once because I'm only one person, and your focus shifts throughout the year to different priorities and different things. So I wanted a way that I could strategically plan everything out quarter by quarter, be like, okay, I'm ramping this up this quarter, I'm pulling back on this, I'm starting this, all that good stuff. And it also just keeps everything fun and fresh throughout the year. Let me give this a little stir. Also, how good is this color? This is the Matcha Lane Matcha from Soph Jane Miller. Oh, step number 1 is we're going to do a brain dump. And this sort of first part of the method I actually got from Grace Beverly and her productivity method. Check out her podcast that she just recently did. So you're going to break down your goals into 6 categories. So they're going to be health, finance, career, relationships, attitude and mindset, and then personal development. And what I did is I literally just brain dumped. I literally wrote down every single thing I could think of pertaining to all those different 6 categories. And once I did that, then I went over to Mr. Claude. So Claude is a ChatGPT vibe. It's by Anthropic, and I personally love it. I prefer it over ChatGPT. I think it's just more personal. It's much more trainable. I think it doesn't feel quite as robotic in its responses. So I popped over to Claude, and what I did was I opened up a new project. So this is going to be like a separate chat, but you're going to give it instructions and information and details of everything pertaining to that specific topic. So it's a more sort of informed on that specific topic that you want to talk about. It's got more knowledge to pull from, and so it therefore can give you more accurate answers. And then what I did was I just screenshot all of the brain dumps that I had made around my particular topics. I just popped all of that into the knowledge base, and then I used this specific prompt. Now, AI is only as good as its prompt. So you're going to follow a specific sort of framework, and it's going to give you the best bang for your buck and the best outcome possible. So any sort of prompt, I give it first a role, then a task, then I give it context, and then I give it notes. And then if I want a certain output formula, I'll put that in. So let me share with you, and I'm going to pop the actual prompt in the description. Okay, so this prompt you're going to put in the project instructions. So I said, you are a life coach and expert at goal setting, motivation, and achieving goals. Your job is to take my brain dump of life goals in different categories and turn them into SMART goals, which means they're specific, measurable, actionable, relative, and they are time bound. So that's a certain goal framework that I find works really well for me. And you are to turn them into SMART goals. Help me focus on the highest leverage goals that will facilitate my smaller goals and break them down into actionable steps I can check off / work towards every quarter and month to achieve over the year and beyond if needed. You also will be honest and give me feedback and conduct monthly check-ins with me. Keep me on track as I tend to get distracted and procrastinate on things I really need to do, as well as suggest alternative options or goals that you think would better serve me to get to my goals. And then the third section, in the context section, I wrote down certain statistics about me that I think are important and need to be considered when setting these goals. For example, I am 27 years old, currently living in blank and living blank, and explaining my living situation. I explained my qualifications. So I said I have a bachelor's degree in blah, blah, blah. I said my personality type. So I said I am an INFJ/T, because I feel like that just explains a lot about the way I work and the way my brain thinks. I said my current working situation and income. I said some of my goals and my previous, I spent 2 years living abroad and working in China and Europe. And yeah, just more about my goals. In the notes section, which is sort of, I guess, guidelines for it to follow, you are to give me actionable, realistic advice and timelines, taking into account my commitments and lifestyle. You are to be honest with me, push back and offer advice. Provide journaling prompts when necessary. And you are to do monthly, quarterly, and 6-monthly reviews with me, and we can course correct as we go. When I come to the actual chat, then I said, based on the brain dump of goals I've provided for you with 2026, can you create them into a reasonable amount of SMART goals, prioritizing the highest leverage goals that will be a snowball effect for my other current goals? And then from there, we start. So it gave me full breakdowns of everything in my different categories, journal prompts, etc. And then I did go a bit of back and forth with it. You will have to tweak it. It's not going to be right the first go round, probably. So then I just said, I also played with it a bit. So I said, based on what you know from me, aside from my goals, give me a crazy other version of reality that I could live, because I just want to see what's out there, that I may not have even thought of. So I did that. And then, so after you're clear and you're happy with the goals that it's given you, the timelines, all that sort of stuff, this probably took me around 30 to 40 minutes of back and forth. You can use ChatGPT or Claude for this. I just prefer Claude for planning. I don't know why, I just do. With your SMART goals according to ChatGPT. And when I say SMART goal, I mean it just gives you a lot more clarity on your actual goal. So for example, I want to run 10K. That's great. Okay, sure. It just is very open-ended and it's very vague. For example, if I said I want to run 10K by June 2026, it's specific because it's got what you want to do. It's measurable because you're saying a 10K, an actual metric. It's achievable. It's relative, and it's got a timeline because you've said a deadline. So that's the difference in the SMART goals. It just gives you a lot more clarity around everything, and it makes it a lot more purposeful. Then I'm going to come over to Notion. You can use anything. I just am a Notion girly through and through. And that's when I'm going to put them into a database of sorts. So you can do this anyway. There are so many other YouTube videos on using Notion and using Notion for goal setting and stuff. I've actually got a template from, her name is Nika, and I've used it for 2 years now. And I just really like the way she's set it up. And that's how I plan my life and my 2026 is I use her template. So I'll link her channel and videos down below. But yeah, so I put all those goals into 2026 and I fill them out in a timeline way. So I know, okay, when I'm starting things, when I want things done by, when I can tick things off, that sort of jazz. But I only focus on my top 3 categories. I don't focus on all of my goals because that would be too overwhelming and too much. And there's that old saying that if you try and catch 2 rabbits, you end up with none. So I pick 3 sort of pillars that for me are going to be the highest leverage throughout the year. And if I do them, they'll sort of spill over into the rest of my life. So mine were fitness and health, relationships and lifestyle, and also career and finance were my 3 sort of pillars that I've chosen. So by doing this sort of way of goal setting, it then trickles into my monthly and weekly goals. So I can always be checking in on my goals. They're always front of mind. They're not something I say and then forget about and are written in a notebook that's sitting at the back of my cupboard. They're there right in front of me, always top of mind. And we get to the fun part, is taking all of your goals, and then you just get to go on Pinterest and save your little heart away and dream as big as you want. So that is what the next step is taking those goals and putting them into a visual form. And then from there, you can obviously create your vision board on Canva. What's another one that people use? The monkey site or whatever. You could do a visual, like a physical vision board if you want. I think I might do that this year. Go to Officeworks and print out some cutie pics to put up on there and refresh it a bit. But yeah, so that's the next part of this. And I prefer to work in sections of a vision board. So like I might have in one corner all of my health goals, one corner might be like lifestyle, finance and career, and then like hobbies, friends, all that stuff in another corner. That's how I like to do it. And then in the middle, I'll have the year and an overarching mantra or word for the year that I like. So that's basically how I've used AI to set my 2026 goals and set me up for success. So if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. But before I let you go, I'm going to give you some actionable takeaway steps and checklists that you can follow to make sure that you also get the year of your dreams next year in 2026. Do your brain dump. That is number 1. Get it all out. Everything you ever hoped and dreamed for. Doesn't matter. You don't have to commit to it. It's just an idea, right? Step number 2 is you're going to open Claude and ChatGPT and turn those brain dumps into smart goals. Then, thirdly, you're going to put those smart goals somewhere you can see them, whether that's writing them on a sticky note on your wall, putting them on your notes app on your phone, putting them in Notion, getting a tattoo on your arm, whatever works for you. And then from there, you get to make a vision board if you so wish. This is what I love about this process, is that you're not just hoping that it's going to be a good year. You're intentionally making it a good year. So if you like this type of content from me, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'm going to talk to you in my next one. Bye.